everyone, and once again welcome to my channel Engineering Made Simple. Now in today's class we are going to learn about combinational circuit. This lecture is from the subject digital system design, and the topic for today is combinational circuits. And as you all know, I have covered topics in parts, so this is the part 1 of this lecture. So this is the lecture on digital system design course and combinational circuits, which is the part 1. Now, what do you understand by the term combinational circuits? What is a combinational circuits? I will draw a generalized block diagram to explain. This is a generalized block diagram, okay? So suppose let's say this is the input side of the circuit. This is the generalized block diagram, okay? And these are the outputs. So let's say there are n inputs to the combinational circuit, and there are, let's say we will denote output by m. So we can say m outputs are generated corresponding to n input combinations applied to the circuit, and this block is known as combinational logic circuit. Now, what is a combinational logic circuit? This is nothing complicated. You have studied logic gates before in the previous parts of the lecture on digital system design. So, you know logic gates are digital electronic devices which perform some basic elementary operations such as addition, subtraction, XOR, XNOR, and so on. So, what is a combinational circuit? It is a combination of all those logic gates to form a furthermore complicated circuit. Now we know in digital circuit we express any digital circuit in the form of its Boolean expression or system equation. So let's say this is y is equal to a plus b. Now this Boolean expression corresponds to OR gate. Now everybody knows what is an OR gate. So this is an A and AB. So this is an OR gate. And this is an OR gate, and this is a fundamental building block of this combinational circuit. So when I say combinational circuit, there will be group of various things like this. So suppose I have a circuit like this. This is connected, A is connected over here, and this is this is NOR gate actually. So this will be nothing but A NOR B, and this will be A plus B. So this thing together can be said to be form a combinational logic circuit. So what is a combinational logic circuit? So there are input combinations given. Corresponding to these input combinations, different output equations are generated. So let's say here y1 is equal to A plus B. For the same set of inputs applied, here y2 will be also generated. What is y2 here? A NOR B. X NOR I have drawn actually, but it is A NOR B. So I made a mistake over here. So A plus B, the whole complement, because it is a NOR gate, not X NOR, sorry. So corresponding to n inputs, there will be m outputs generated, and m outputs in the form of m system equations will be generated, that is Boolean expressions will be generated. So how will you define a combinational logic circuit? The definition of combinational logic circuit is very simple. A combinational logic circuit is one where the output of a system at any given point of time depends on the present states of input only, and it does not depend on, or it does not consider the past state of the input. So from this definition, one thing is pretty much clear, that in combinational circuits there is no concept of memory. So the system does not remember any past inputs of the system. In combinational circuits, output is obtained only and only by the present state of the input. So it doesn't make any difference 5 minutes before if the output was 0, in the next iteration if here input is 1. So the presence of 0 before this 1 will not make any difference in the output over here. So this is a combinational logic circuit. So what does the textbook definition tell us? A combinational circuit is a one where the output at any instant of time depends on the present input only at that point of time, with total disregard to the past input of the circuit. So that is a combinational circuit. And the logic gate is the basic building block of the combinational circuit. So as I told you, interconnection or combination of different logic circuits together form a complicated combinational logic circuit. Complicated meaning a more complex or advanced function. So, and for each input there is a corresponding system equation. Let's say it can be anything. So, depending upon the number of inputs applied. So these are n inputs. So how many input combinations are possible for n inputs? 2 raised to n. Similarly, here m outputs will be generated, and those will be generated in the form of system equations. So this generalized block diagram of combinational logic circuit helps you in understanding what is a combinational logic circuit. And as I told you, the output of the system depends only on the present state of the inputs, not the past state. It depends on present state means what? Only the system does not consist of any memory element over here. And there are another type of systems which consists of memory, or which depend on the past state of the inputs also. Those circuits are called as sequential circuits, but those circuits we will study later on in this course. So for time being, now we will study combinational logic circuits. So now we discussed the definition of combinational logic circuits. Now what are the different types of combinational logic circuits available, or which we are going to study in our course? So examples of combinational logic circuits are adder circuits, subtractor circuits, code converter circuits. Now what do you mean by code converters? Code converter circuits are the combinational logic circuits which convert from one code to another. Like in the case when we were studying number system and codes also, we studied some conversions, that is BCD to binary or binary to gate, binary to gray or gray to binary. So basically these code converter circuits perform this particular function, that is conversion of BCD to binary or binary to gray, and many other codes are also available. So we will discuss few of those circuits, and encoders and decoders when we will discuss, and then the last one is multiplexer and demultiplexer, that also we will discuss in detail. Now in today's class I will cover half adder and full adder. So we will start with our first type of combinational logic circuit. In adders we will cover half adder and full adder, and see how we are supposed to go about solving or analyzing or designing combinational logic circuits. Okay. Now steps in implementing or designing combinational logic circuits. First step is, if a problem statement is given to you, or sometimes it is given in the form of a statement, sometimes straightforward question is asked that design a gray to binary converter, or implement a full adder or half adder using combinational logic skills you have. So whenever such type of question is there, these are three basic steps you need to follow. You have to identify which one are the input variables and which one are the output variables. And once you identify which variables and input variables, and what is the circuit and output variables, you have to construct a truth table based on the theoretical knowledge about the circuit you have. And from the truth table we can find minimized system equation, that is system equation, and we need system equation in order to implement our circuit. In theoretically also, we will be able to derive system equations from the truth table by using K-map, which will be minimized system equation. And if you are doing it for your practical exam, then also it is useful. Then also same procedure needs to be followed. And when you do complete the theoretical analysis, you will get the expression in terms of output, such as y1, y2, the generalized block diagram, and then you have to implement the same thing on the breadboard also. So this is useful for both theory and practical also. So now let's start doing it. So these three steps will be pretty much clear to you. So now in adders, we will study half adder. We will now first start with the generalized block diagram of half adder. Now remember one thing, what is a half adder? A half adder is nothing but it is a adder circuit. Now what is the meaning of adder? It will add 2 bits because it is a digital circuit. So half adder is a circuit which adds 2 single bit numbers. Here, this is a circuit which will add 2 single bit numbers to generate 2 outputs. Now what are the 2 outputs? In case of addition, we know that there are only 2 outputs. First one is sum and another one is carry. So this circuit generates these 2 outputs only. Now we will have a look at its generalized block diagram. So this is a half adder circuit, generalized block diagram. Here there are 2 inputs A and B, and it generates 2 outputs, sum and carry. Now let us write the truth table for it. Now it is a single bit addition. So we have studied the rules of binary addition and subtraction. Now this is the adder circuit. Now it will be easier for us to write the truth table. Now we have identified which one are the output variables. We know sum and carry are the output variables and A and B are the input variables from the generalized block diagram. HA meaning half adder, I have written in short. So the truth table for this is A and B are inputs, and S and C are written for sum and carry. Now here as there are 2 inputs, there are 4 possible input combinations. What will that be? 0 0 0 1, 1 0 1 1. Now let us start adding this to it. So 0 plus 0, sum will be 0, carry will be 0. 0 plus 1, sum will be 1, carry will be again be 0. 1 plus 0, sum will be 1, carry will be 0. And here both A is 1 and B is 1. So 1 plus 1, sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. So this is our truth table finally. So now we want to design a circuit, right? We want a combinational circuit for half adder, which will be used in various digital systems. So as you know, an adder and everything is a very basic circuit in your digital computers. So now we want to find its system equation for sum and carry for the output. Now how will you find the output? You have a truth table. Now we want to solve for outputs, both sum and both carry. So for that we will use K-map system equation reduction technique in order to obtain the equations for sum and carry. Now let us start doing that. I am erasing the earlier part over here. Sum carry. So now let us start solving K-map for sum. I am solving for sum, so I have written for S over here. So now identify the mean terms from this truth table. What are the mean terms from this truth table? All the input combinations whose corresponding output is 1. So as you can see over here, in some column there are 2 ones, and the inputs corresponding to that are our mean terms. So let us fill our K-map accordingly. So for sum, this is the K-map. As it is a 4 variable K-map because 4 input combinations are there. So 4 variable K-map. So this is A, this is B, 0 1, 0 0. This will be 1 0 will be so this will be the K-map. Now let us start filling filling from the truth table. So the output corresponding to 0 1, that is 0 1 will be this column, is 1. So we will fill it with 1. And then output corresponding to 1 0 input combination is also 1. We will fill it with 1. The rest of the 2 columns will be 0. So now we have filled the K-map for sum. Now let us start solving the KVM. As you know, no grouping is possible. So we will group only the ones individually. We will not group them, but individually we can encircle them, because we are interested in finding the system equation for sum output. So your sum will be, so this is nothing but, so this left hand side column corresponds to A. So here A is 0, so this will be A bar, this will be A. Here B is 0, so this will be B bar and this will be B. By now you know how to solve a K-math. So from this we will read the corresponding input over here. So this is nothing but Y is equal to, this particular section will be AB bar, because this row and this column, and this one is encircled, so this row corresponds to A complement and this column corresponds to B, so this will be A complement B. So the system equation for sum will be AB bar plus A bar B. So this is a system equation for sum. The same procedure we will do for carry output also. So what is carry output? For carry we will solve another K-math. So I will write it over here for carry. So for carry, here we will solve another K-math. So that will be also a 4 variable K-math. Only we will map carry outputs over here. So this is nothing but A, B, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And what are the mean terms over here? Only one mean term is there, corresponding to 3 over here. So here only one column will be filled. Rest all it will be filled with 0. As in this case also no grouping is possible over here. So we will encircle this only one which is present over here. So this row corresponds to A complement, this row corresponds to A, this column corresponds to B complement, and this row corresponds to B. Now we will write the system equation for carry. What is carry? What does this row correspond to? This row corresponds to A. And what does this row corresponds to B? So we have obtained system equations for both sum and carry. Now let us implement the circuit. Now there are various ways to implement the circuit. Now we will implement it using basic gates. If you want, you can implement the circuit using NAND logic also and NOR logic also. Those things you will find in my lectures, universality of NAND gate and NOR gates respectively. But now for time being we will implement the circuit using basic gates only, for sake of simplicity. Now let us implement the circuit. Now we have expressions for sum and carry. Now see, S is equal to AB bar plus A bar B. So this equation can be also written as A XOR B, because A XOR B can be also written as AB bar plus A bar B. So the sum expression can be implemented by using a single XOR gate with 2 inputs also, but we will implement using AND or NOT logic. So it will be pretty much clear, and this is also pretty much clear because C is equal to A into B, meaning AND gate is there in between them. So carry can be implemented using one single AND gate. So now let us start implementing the circuit. So this is A, B, one inverter input, so this is A input B. Now we will start implementing sum first. Sum is nothing but AB bar. So AB bar. AB bar multiplication is there, that's why one AND gate will be there. So this will be AB bar. And the next term which we want to implement will be A bar B. So here what is A bar? This line. A bar B. So it will be from here. So this will be AB bar and A bar B. And these are added together, this particular equation. So we will pass it through an OR gate. So this is your sum, this particular expression. Now we will implement carry. Now how will you implement carry? Now C is equal to A into B is the expression for carry. It is pretty much simpler. So tap the signal line A and tap it from B over. So this is the signal line corresponding to B. I have shorted over here. So this is carry. So C is equal to A into B and sum is equal to A bar B plus AB bar. So this is an half adder circuit, and whatever I had drawn that small generalized block diagram, this particular block, so this entire circuit is that block. So this is a half adder circuit. So this will be in your digital computer when you say half adder. Now we have discussed half adder, but there is one disadvantage when it comes to half adder. First prominent disadvantage is it will perform only single bit addition. So in case if you have a large number to add, let's say for example, now we are discussing the drawing. Let's say for example we have a number 1 0 1 1 sorry 1 1 and another number is also 0 1. But now in this case observe, and I have the half adder circuit with me which we have discussed. Now what will this will be? So this is 1 plus 1, sum will be 0, but carry will be generated because of the addition of these two bits. Now what will be the drawback over here? Now you can see carry is generated from the LSB to the MSB. So now for the next addition, if you want to do it using the same circuit, that is half adder circuit which we discussed. Now here 3-bit addition will be there. So 1 plus 0 plus 1. That is not possible using this circuit, because from the truth table only it is clear that it is used to add 2 single bits. Now so it will not take into account this particular carry bit. So you will get an incorrect output, or the circuit cannot be implemented using half adder. Now to overcome this particular drawback, because we can't add the carry generated from the LSB over here, to overcome this particular drawback, we developed full adder circuit. And what is a full adder circuit? Full adder circuit is used to add 3 single bits. So it will have 3 inputs. So that's the reason it is known as full adder, because it takes into consideration the carry generated from the LSB also. It is able to add 3 bits at a time, and half adder is able to add only 2 bits at a time. So to overcome this drawback, now let us study full adder circuit. Okay, now we are discussing full adder circuit. Now what is a full adder circuit? It is used to add 3 single bits, that is A, B and C in. These are the 3 single bit inputs, and as in case of any adder, it will generate only 2 outputs, which is the sum and carry output. So as there are 3 inputs, I have used the terms A, B and C in as input variables, and sum will be denoted by S and C will be denoted by C out. C out because I want to distinguish between the input and output variables, so I have written C out. Now this is a 3-bit addition, so I have written the truth table for this full adder. Now what is this full adder? It is nothing but 3 single bit addition. So A plus B plus C in will generate corresponding output, sum and carry. So here A plus B plus C. So 0 plus 0 plus 0, sum will be 0, carry will be 0. 0 plus 0 plus 1, A will be 1, 0. 1, 0.
Write it properly.
1, 0. Okay. And then 1 plus 0 plus 0, so sum will be 1, carry will be 0. 1 plus 1, 1 plus 0 plus 1, sum will be 0, carry will be 1. And 1 plus 1, it would be 0 and carry will be 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1, sum will be also 1 and carry will be also 1. So this is the truth table which I have written over here. Now we were discussing full adder circuit. Now this is the truth table for full adder. This is truth table for full adder can be calculated using just we have done 3-bit addition, that is 0 plus 0 plus 0. We obtained sum and carry outputs. So 0 plus 0 plus 0, I will explain the first entry again. 0 plus 0 plus 0, sum is 0 and carry 0. Similarly for the rest of the truth table, I have calculated. Now we want to find the expression for sum and carry. So for that, we will have to solve separate K-maps for sum and separate K-map for carry. Now first we will solve the K-map for sum output in order to obtain the system equation and design the combinational logic circuit. Now we will identify the mean terms from this truth table. So mean terms are 1, 2, 5, 1, 2 and 7. 1, 2, 4 and 7. So what is 1, 2, 4 and 7. So as you can see over here, no grouping is possible. So we will individually encircle the number of mean terms and the rest of the columns will be filled by 0. This is for the sum output I am calculating. So now let us start writing the output. Y is equal to this particular one. We will start A B bar C in bar plus Y meaning sum output. A bar B bar C in, okay, plus A bar B C in plus now A bar B bar C in. Now next term only, this term is remaining, so this is nothing but A B C in. This particular term corresponds to A B C in. So this is our sum expression. So sum expression will be given by A B bar C, A B bar C B bar in plus A B bar C bar A B bar C in plus A bar B C in plus A B C in. So from this K-map and this truth table we find the system equation. So this is the equation for sum output obtained from a full adder. Now we will do the same thing for the carry. So for carry again we will solve a 4 variable K-map. Carry out. So for C out, because our output variable is C out. One, two, three, 4 columns will be there. This will be A, this will be B, C in. Now let us start filling the K-map over here from the C out to output column. Now which are the mean terms over here? So observe this is 1. So this corresponds to 3. So I will label it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now this mean term corresponds to mean term number 3. I have filled with 1 over here. Another one are 5, 6 and 7. So 5, 6 and 7. And the rest of the columns we will fill with 0. Now, by rules of K-map simplification we have over here. So these two will form a pair because these are adjacent. And these two are adjacent ones. This will also form a pair. And this one are also adjacent. So this will form another pair. Now let us start writing the equation for carry. I will write it over here so it will be visible. So first this particular column we will see. Now this is this particular grouping, this particular one. So this corresponds to, as A bar changes to A, so this A variable will be eliminated in this particular case and only BC in will remain. I am talking about this particular pair. Now we will move on to write about this particular pair, that this column. Now here B bar C in is there, BC in bar is there. So here B changing from B bar to B. So this B will be eliminated and the row variable will remain as it is. So it would be AC in. And now last pair, this one and this one. Now how will you read this? This is BC in and BC in bar. So C in is changing from C in to C in bar. So C in will be eliminated and the row value corresponds to A. So it will be AB, this particular pair. So plus AB. So now we have calculated the equation for carry also, that is BC in plus AC in plus AB from the truth table. So this is nothing but our full adder circuit which is used to add 3 bits and generate this particular outputs. Now as you have the system equations, you can implement the circuit using basic gates, that is AND or a NOT gate. So as you for full adder, I have derived the equations for sum and carry by solving the K-map and drawing the truth table. You should be able to implement those using basic gates and NAND and NOR logic respectively. I am not showing the implementation over here because I have shown the implementation for half adder. It is similar only. Now you should be able to draw a combinational logic circuit using whenever system equation is given. So that's all for today's class.